The holiday season is usually a time of bustling stores and overflowing shopping carts. But this year, a chill wind blows through the aisles of major retailers like Walmart. Instead of gearing up for a shopping frenzy, these giants are hitting the brakes, canceling billions of dollars in orders. What's going on? Are we headed for a dark winter, not just in a metaphorical sense but a literal one, where shelves are bare and necessities are scarce? When giants like Walmart stumble, the tremors are felt far and wide. Small businesses, suppliers, and ultimately consumers all brace for impact. Buckle up, because the journey might get a little bumpy. In the intricate machinery of global commerce, retailers like Walmart are the canaries in the coal mine. Their actions, often dictated by vast amounts of data and market analysis, provide early warnings of shifts in the economic winds. Declining consumer demand, fueled by inflation that has squeezed household budgets to the breaking point, is a major driver. Add to that the ongoing supply chain disruptions that have plagued the world since the pandemic, and you have a recipe for caution. The prices of everyday goods are creeping up, forcing consumers to make difficult decisions about what they can and cannot afford. Remember the days when a trip to Walmart meant navigating a labyrinth of overflowing aisles? Those days are fading into a distant memory. The decision to cancel billions in orders has sent ripples through the supply chain, leaving many store shelves looking more like barren wastelands. Inflation has forced manufacturers to raise prices, while sky-high shipping costs and logistical nightmares have turned the once predictable world of global trade into a high-stakes game of chance. Consumers, feeling the pinch in their wallets, are tightening their belts, further dampening demand. Retailers are caught in a delicate balancing act, wary of overstocking in the face of waning consumer demand. The sight of empty shelves is becoming increasingly commonplace, a stark visual reminder of the fragility of our interconnected world. The retail crisis is not just about empty shelves and frustrated shoppers, it's a domino effect, with each falling tile representing another sector of the economy feeling the impact. Small businesses, already grappling with the lingering effects of the pandemic, are particularly vulnerable. Suppliers, too, are caught in the crosshairs. With orders being slashed, factories are forced to slow production, impacting jobs and livelihoods. The ripple effects extend even further, impacting everything from transportation and logistics to the financial markets. As we stand on the precipice of a winter shrouded in economic uncertainty, the question on everyone's mind is, what does this mean for me? The retail crisis, fueled by a complex interplay of factors, has created a landscape that is constantly shifting. Consumers are being forced to make tough choices, prioritizing necessities over discretionary spending as inflation continues to erode their purchasing power. The buy now, think later mentality is giving way to a more cautious approach. The retail crisis has exposed the vulnerabilities of our globalized economy, forcing us to confront uncomfortable truths about our reliance on complex and often opaque supply chains. The domino effect of mass order cancellations by retail giants goes far beyond empty shelves. It strikes at the heart of consumer confidence, a crucial factor in a healthy economy. When people feel uncertain about the future, they hold back on spending, creating a vicious cycle that can be difficult to break. The sight of bare shelves and rising prices erodes their faith in the system, making them hesitant to spend even if they have the means. Businesses, facing declining sales, may be forced to cut back on production, reduce their workforce, or even close their doors. The erosion of consumer confidence is a slippery slope. Perhaps the most concerning aspect of this retail crisis is its disproportionate impact on the middle class, the backbone of a stable and thriving economy. As inflation continues to outpace wage growth, middle-income families find themselves squeezed from all sides. The rising cost of essential goods, from groceries to gasoline, eats away at their disposable income, leaving them with less money to spend on discretionary items. This reduced spending power is precisely what's driving retailers like Walmart to cancel orders. The shrinking middle class is a canary in the coal mine for the entire economy. Economists and policymakers are increasingly concerned about the looming threat of stagflation, a toxic cocktail of stagnant economic growth coupled with high inflation. Stagflation occurs when the economy stops growing, typically marked by high unemployment and stagnant wages, but prices for goods and services continue to rise. This creates a lose-lose situation for everyone. Consumers face a double whammy of job insecurity and rising prices, while businesses struggle with declining demand and rising input costs. The Federal Reserve, tasked with keeping inflation in check, faces a delicate balancing act. The specter of stagflation is a sobering reminder of the fragility of our economic system. It's tempting to view the retail crisis as a purely domestic issue, but the reality is far more interconnected. The global economy, a tightly woven tapestry of trade, finance, and interconnected supply chains, is facing a perfect storm of challenges that transcend national borders. The war in Ukraine, for example, has sent shockwaves through global energy markets, driving up the price of oil and gas. China's zero-COVID policy continues to disrupt global supply chains, creating bottlenecks and delays that ripple through every sector of the economy. This interconnectedness, while beneficial in times of stability, can amplify economic shocks and create a domino effect that is difficult to contain. The global supply chain, once a marvel of modern efficiency, has become the Achilles heel of the global economy. The current crisis, marked by massive order cancellations from retail giants like Walmart, lays bare the fragility of this interconnected system. For years, the mantra of globalization has been cheaper, faster, more. The COVID-19 pandemic exposed these vulnerabilities with brutal clarity. Factory closures, border restrictions, and labor shortages created a cascade of delays and disruptions that rippled through the global supply chain. The result is a perfect storm of delays, shortages, and rising costs that is wreaking havoc on businesses and consumers alike. The iconic image of the globalized economy, massive cargo ships laden with goods crisscrossing the oceans, has taken on a new, more ominous meaning. Port congestion, a problem even before the pandemic, has reached crisis levels. Major ports around the world are struggling to cope with a backlog of ships, many carrying essential goods, waiting to unload their cargo. The delays, often lasting weeks or even months, have created a ripple effect throughout the system. Imagine a container ship carrying components vital for manufacturing automobiles, electronics, or medical equipment. When that ship is stuck at anchor, unable to unload its cargo, the entire production process grinds to a halt. The chaos in the global supply chain comes at a steep price, and it's not just businesses that are feeling the pinch. Consumers are bearing the brunt of the crisis as the rising cost of shipping and logistics is passed down the line, driving up the prices of everything from groceries and gasoline to clothing and electronics. Remember the days when companies boasted about free shipping and next-day delivery? Those perks, once taken for granted, are becoming increasingly rare and expensive. The cost of moving goods across oceans and continents has skyrocketed. For businesses, especially small and medium-sized enterprises, the rising cost of logistics is a matter of survival. The ripple effect extends beyond the immediate price hikes. Section 4. Beyond the Horizon. A glimmer of hope. While the current supply chain crisis presents a formidable challenge, it also offers a unique opportunity for reflection and reevaluation. The fragility of the globalized, just-in-time system has been exposed, prompting businesses and policymakers to explore alternative models that prioritize resilience and sustainability. One promising trend is the rise of nearshoring and reshoring, where companies relocate production closer to their end markets. This reduces reliance on long, vulnerable supply chains and supports job creation in local economies. Governments are also investing in infrastructure improvements such as expanding port capacity and upgrading transportation networks to alleviate bottlenecks and improve efficiency. Another key focus is on building more resilient and diversified supply chains. This involves reducing reliance on single suppliers, exploring alternative sourcing options, and investing in technology to improve visibility and coordination throughout the system. By diversifying their supplier base, businesses can mitigate the impact of disruptions in any one part of the world. The current crisis has also highlighted the importance of collaboration. Businesses, governments, and international organizations are working together more closely to address shared challenges, share information, and develop coordinated solutions. The first step in navigating a dark winter is acknowledging the ground has shifted beneath our feet. The era of predictable abundance is fading. Embrace a mindset of preparedness and adaptability. The buy now, think later mentality is not sustainable. The global supply chain is fragile and susceptible to disruption. Climate change, geopolitical instability, and the pandemic create uncertainty. Adapting requires a shift in perspective. Embrace flexibility and recognize our choices have broader implications. Section 2, the Pantry Principle, Stocking Up for Stability. Empty store shelves symbolize our uncertain times. Preparedness provides stability and control. The Pantry Principle is about creating a buffer. Stock essential items for disruptions. Think of it as practical insurance. Gradually stock non-perishables and essentials. Section 3, Beyond the Big Box, Embracing Local Resilience. While a well-stocked pantry provides a safety net, it's only one piece of the puzzle. The current crisis has exposed the vulnerabilities of relying solely on centralized, globalized supply chains. Embracing local resilience by supporting local businesses and producers offers a path towards a more sustainable and equitable food system. Farmers markets, once a niche alternative, are experiencing a resurgence in popularity. They offer a direct connection to the source of our food, allowing consumers to purchase fresh, seasonal produce directly from the people who grow it. This not only supports local farmers and strengthens local economies, but it also reduces reliance on long, vulnerable supply chains. Beyond fresh produce, seek out local producers of honey, eggs, meat, dairy, and other agricultural products. Many small-scale farmers and food artisans offer subscription boxes or online ordering options, making it easier than ever to incorporate locally sourced goods into your diet. Supporting local businesses extends beyond the food system. Consider patronizing local restaurants, cafes, bookstores, clothing stores, and other small businesses in your community. These businesses are the backbone of a vibrant local economy, and their survival depends on the support of their communities. Section 4. Community Overconsumption, a Time for Shared Strength. Our world is interconnected. Challenges like economic, environmental, and social issues need collective action. True resilience lies in community, collaboration, and shared responsibility. Reach out to neighbors, check on the vulnerable, and offer support. Simple acts of kindness foster community and resilience. The strength of a community is in its compassion and support. Resilience, reassessment, and rebuilding empty store shelves are a warning sign, urging us to reassess our consumption and community. We've seen the fragility of global trade stretched thin by crises. Yet hope emerges. Communities come together, businesses adapt, and awareness grows. This dark winter could spark a brighter future. It's time for action. Rethink global reliance, embrace local resilience, and rediscover community strength. Face challenges with collaboration for a resilient future. What role will you play in shaping the road ahead? The answer awaits your action.